Abhaicharam Bhaktivedanta Samprabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki, Nama Acharya Shri Ram Thakur ki, Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath, Radha Kund Shyama Kund Giri Govardhan ki, Vrindavan Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Ganga Mai ki, Yamuna Mai ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the Samvali, all glories to the Samvali, all glories to the Samvali, all glories of Lord Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So, we welcome you all for the Sunday program and then the Sunday feast after this.
Täällä kulmassa on tällainen käännös. Translation to finish in this corner.
So, well, it's very interesting actually, right? No, we have a temple of God Nitai here, middle of Finland, and then there are many devotees, from India. They're coming visiting congregation or fully dedicated devotees. The world is small. Right? Now the question is, then what we desire actually to do. Many of you, then you have your own responsibilities, you have your own jobs, working, and you want to give something to the Lord, right? Even if it means maybe just coming for prasad or associating with devotees, still it's a devotional service. That's the beauty of the Lord's arrangements. That you can perform devotional service even with the minimal effort. Like Srila Prabhupada, he would encourage, do whatever you do, just continue doing that. That's alright. Just add Hare Krishna. Because the name of the Lord and the form of the Lord are not different. It's not like in the material world. In the spiritual world, the Lord is not different from His form. The name of the Lord is not different from His form. So therefore, if we add chanting of the holy name to the activities which we are performing, working in a factory, like maintaining family, working hard, just studying, right? Just add chanting of the holy name to it, and you are at the beginning of devotional activities. There are various levels of performance of devotional service. One of our acharyas, Baladev Vidyabhushan, then he defines devotional service starts with the level of Shraddha. So the moment you start to be interested that you want to do something, you may not know even what, something for the Lord. So that moment, then you start the performance of devotional activities. Now within, there are gradations, of course. So the attempt to start the devotional activities, it's considered very auspicious, very good. But naturally, it won't be the highest level. So you should, each and every moment, then try to improve on your devotional activities. Okay, maybe you will start that I like what the devotees are doing, I see them happy, I would also like to be like them, but I have a lot of responsibilities, I'm taking care of my family, I cannot come to the temple every day, I cannot do too many things. Alright, just add chanting of the holy name, even just one Mahamantra. You can start with one Mahamantra every day. Or when you are preparing maybe your breakfast or something, you can even just listen to Srila Prabhupada singing. It's a very nice start. Or you can listen to some lecture by Srila Prabhupada. Or you can just come once a week on Sunday to the temple and take prasad. That's a very nice start. But once you start, if you want to actually develop the satisfaction from devotional service, so every moment you should be increasing on that. So if you start with one Mahamantra, then maybe the next day then chant two Mahamantras. Be focused on that. And as you get more, you will feel change. You will feel satisfaction. Then don't stop. Don't think, oh, okay, that's enough. That's what I want. Because the process of devotional service is very dynamic. And therefore, to maintain the level of devotion, to maintain the progress, you have to keep increasing it. If you just maintain, oh, that's enough, I don't want anymore, I'll maintain this, then you will not be getting the experience, the satisfaction as you were getting before. So you have to keep increasing on devotional activities for you to keep the satisfaction. Now, so yeah, we mentioned some activities. Right? We mentioned that you can chant the holy name, you can read Srila Prabhupada's books, you can listen to the lectures or singing of Srila Prabhupada. You can do many things, but there are some activities which are very, very powerful. If you really want to become Krishna conscious, if you really want to understand then how Krishna consciousness is so sublime, that you want to get the full satisfaction from being Krishna conscious, then there are some activities, some things which if you do, you will feel the change. Then first of all, you have to understand that Krishna consciousness is never can be forced. All of you, all of us, are here because we want to be here. Right? I mean, you have chosen yourself to come here. Because maybe you are curious, maybe you want to see what is this, who are the Hare Krishnas. It can be anything. Or let me take the prasad, or let me just see the deities. It can be anything. And I would say that you being here today, it's a very excellent choice. Now, maybe some of you are here for the first time. So, don't feel scared, don't feel shy. Just try to see what's happening around you, try to observe. And when you have some questions, just ask questions. But if you decide that yes, the Krishna consciousness is something which attracts me, something which I would like to try, then something you will have to work on to adjust in your life. And this is actually our consciousness. Because as most of you know, that Hare Krishna is like a short form, but the full name of our society is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So what we aim here, by the following Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, we are trying to change our consciousness. Our consciousness, so that we become Krishna conscious. Not our self conscious. Not our senses conscious. It's naturally there because we are conditioned to it. But we know that this is not the highest. And it's not the natural also. So yes, we are trying to be Krishna conscious. We are trying to figure out then how we can serve the Lord, because we want to develop love for Him. Love for the Lord is something else than we call love here in the material world. Love for the opposite sex is not love. It's just lust. We like to enjoy somebody else. We like to enjoy to eat something nice. We like to enjoy to hear something nice, or to see something nice. And we like to avoid something which is not so nice. It's about us. But that's the conditioning which we are exposed to. So now if we decide, okay, I want to do something about it, I'm not satisfied with it. I'm not happy just to keep enjoying myself. It doesn't give me the satisfaction. There must be something higher. Was that something higher? Yes, that something higher is Krishna consciousness. So then, what can we do to actually experience the full Krishna consciousness? The best way how it can be done is by the process, right? Krishna, he tells us what to do. Following Varnashrama Dharma. And that means then accepting the culture of Krishna consciousness. There are so many things which are involved, like culture. What culture means? Culture is some set of various rules and regulations which you do. Every society has its own culture. And then we are trained in a certain way to follow certain culture. We train our children to do certain things at certain time, certain way. That's a culture. Then the culture of the Catholics will be different than the culture of atheists. It will be different from the culture of Muslims. Right? The culture of the people in India will be different from the culture of people in Europe, different from people in China. It's very natural. Everybody is being trained in following certain culture. So now it very much depends what we want to achieve, or depends what you do in the sense of following the rules and regulations, how you do it, then such a result it will bring. Right? It very much depends with whom do you associate, how you associate. Like if you associate with somebody then who is very peaceful person, then it's very likely you also be a peaceful person, if you like the association. If you associate with somebody then who is very violent, then there's a good chance that if you maintain the association with the person, you will also become violent. So, now the question is that what actually do we want? If you decide you want certain things, you want to get certain set of behavior, certain education, certain knowledge and certain realization, then you will be looking for associating with the people who have what you want. You want to study, you want to become an engineer, then you will go and associate with those who are engineers. You will be attempting to study a school which will teach you to be an engineer. But if you want to be a, say, piano player, right? You don't want to study schools for engineers. For what? You are not interested in it, you want to do something else. So you associate with those then who are like-minded. That will bring you closer to your goal. So then, now, we may all not be really convinced that, okay, Krishna consciousness, what is it? Do I want to do it? No. Well, no, it's too much. And then later on they told me that, no, we have to follow the four regulative principles. Oh, that's crazy. Right? Why? Why should we restrict ourselves, no, to follow that? It's not possible. But what are the regulative principles meant for? Right? Why the restrictions? Again, an example. You want to become good at, say, playing violin, and you want to become the best in Finland. Okay? What do you have to do? Can you just, grab a violin and just become the best in playing violin in Finland? It won't happen, you know that. Yes?
Give very much time to.
A lot of sacrifice you have to put into it. Those who are learning musical instruments, and if they want to be good at it, minimum 5-6 hours a day. Playing. Mistake, do it again. Mistake, do it again. Until you become perfect. And it takes years of everyday practice. You want to be good in sports. Okay, finish, right? Hockey, right? Okay, great. To be a good hockey player. How much time will it take you? From very young age, you have to start practicing. How much training they go through every day? Many hours. And during summer, okay, there is maybe not the ice. Maybe somewhere, yes. Okay. But they go and they do some different kind of exercises. Every day they have to do it. I've heard from how do you call it? The skiing, but like a dancing, or how do you call it?
Figure skating.
Figure
skating.
Okay, yeah, figure skating. That sort of. There are couples, right? Now, I heard from one lady, and she said, if I don't practice for 1 day, I notice it. If I don't practice for 2 days, then my partner, he notices it. If I don't practice for 3 days, the people watching me will notice it. So, she wants to be good at it, she must practice every day. No Sundays, no breaks. She must practice. And she's good. But to maintain to be good, you have to put everything into it. So in this material world, nothing is for free. Everything costs. You want to be a good engineer, you have to study. The exams are coming, okay, so you have to give full energy into it. If you don't, okay, you don't get good marks. You don't get good marks, then you don't get good diploma. But if you want to be good, you have to put everything into it. Right? And then once you get the diploma, then you have to put everything into it to get a good job and to maintain a good job and to be good at it. to every day come on time, work hard. The effort is there all the time. So the question is, what do you want? If we want whatever we want, we have to put time and effort into it. Nothing is for free. So, if we maintain the effort to develop Krishna consciousness, we want to figure out what it is, how it is. Okay, so now we hear. I should be not chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamant. I should be reading something. I should be listening to Srila Prabhupada's classes and chanting. Alright, then let's put some effort into it. Little bit. Try. And then you see the results. If you do it with the right consciousness, if you do it that you want to hear, that you want to do the sacrifice, actually not spend 10 minutes a day or 1 hour a day, as much as you want, to focus on the chanting of the holy name. Or that you sacrifice, okay, I'll come here and for 1 hour I'll associate with the devotees every week. Great. But try to put your consciousness into it. Okay, this is what I want to do it. I come, and then be open-minded. See for yourself. Try to absorb as much as you can of the situation. And observe. Right? If you are very much open, then you can imbibe the way how things are happening. You can imbibe the culture. Right? You see, okay, we have certain way, certain culture. Like you see, everybody's sitting on the floor. We don't have really chairs. We don't have tables. We don't have like a conference room, which for us, the floor is just perfect. It's one way of culture. Now, somebody else made it some other way. When we take prasad, we also sit on the floor. And we take prasad also from the floor. Right? The plate is on the floor. So, if you are open to, I want to figure out the most how to understand what Krishna consciousness is, then try to figure out then what you can do in the term of the cultural elements. Try to learn the culture. That will be the best way that you can start to understand and realize Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, he talks about the culture of knowledge. Right? Knowledge, we learn something. We learn something how to do things and how not to do things. And where do we learn? The first person to teach us is our mother. You learn things from her. You learn things from your father. He teaches you to do things certain way, and these things are going to be with you for the rest of your life. When the child is very small, then it's very easy to teach him what to do, how to do it, to enhance his consciousness. Because the child will follow the person whom he likes. So he has a good relationship with the mother. he has a good relationship with the father, so he has full trust in his parents, he is going to follow what his parents are going to tell him. So there is no need of too much of thinking. The child cannot really think. So he will follow because he likes. He likes the people who are telling him what to do. So these are the first and basic elements which the child gets, the elements of culture. So then again, the parents in India, they train children differently than parents here or parents somewhere else. It's very natural because they have certain set of, they follow certain culture and they want the children to follow the same because they believe this is the best. So that's very natural. And once the child becomes bigger, then he goes into the school and he follows now what they teach him in the school. It may be the same, but may be different. So the child, younger the child is, easier is to imbibe some elements of training into the child. But then elder the child, or when it becomes adult, because the intelligence actually starts working, it's not just the mind, it's not a mental problem as before, then the person will ask, why should I do this? Why like this? Why not like this? Before, as a child, then it's easy. That child will not ask, why should I do this? Because the child will do it because, my mother told me, my father told me, and then he will do. When he becomes elder, intelligence starts working, then he was, why should I do it? And we have to explain. But the question is, do we know why we do things? Do we know what's the reason for doing things? Right? Or many things we don't know, we just follow because our parents taught us. And we don't question this. Think about it. Right? Why do we follow certain things? Why? Okay. There was a hype, right? Butter. Butter is excellent food product. At some point, some 20 years ago, then there was a hype, butter is bad. It has some cholesterol. You should not eat butter. Eat margarine. Why? Scientists said. We trust them. Okay, so nobody buys butter. Just buy margarine only because this is much more healthy. Suddenly, 5 years later, they figure out margarine is not good. Butter is better. Because margarine has some bad cholesterol. And butter, he has good cholesterol. He has good cholesterol. Okay, buy butter, not margarine. Then 5 years later, don't buy butter, buy margarine. And then everything goes crazy. Why? Scientists give a reason. Okay, we follow them. But, no. So why we are so blindly believing the scientists? Right? They give some reason. Okay, we figure out that something is like this. Oh, no, it's not like that actually, it's like this. Okay, we accept it. But is it the best for us? Now, we know from Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a way of, actually Ayu means long life, and Veda means the knowledge. So it's a traditional system of medicine in India. And it has been there for very, very long time. So Ayurveda talks about butter and ghee, which comes from butter. These are the best elements which you can use as a fat for preparing your food. So butter and ghee, that's the best. So they know it. So they follow. People follow. In India they follow. And it's a cow product. It comes from milk. And it is the best for the body. Why is it the best for the body? Because it produces the most prana. So when you eat butter, when you eat ghee, or you drink milk, you are getting a lot of prana. Eating, when you digest. Okay, so then scientists talk about how we need nourishment for the body. Well, okay, it's true, we do need. But the real nourishment, the real digestion is about what do you get out of it. So the chemicals, that's one part. The prana, which you get from the food, that's more important. The prana, actually these are life earths. And these are nourishing the subtle body, which we cannot really measure, but that's what it is. The whole body is running, it's a coordination of the subtle and gross body. We need to nourish both. So there is a difference, and I'm sure you know it, there is a difference between if you eat vegetables which you grow in your garden without any pesticides and they are growing naturally on sun, or if you buy vegetables in the supermarket which they never saw sun, right? And you get those. The taste is different. I mean, just try it. Get the strawberries from your garden, or get strawberries from the forest, and go and buy some strawberries from who knows where. Which is going to be better? Now, why is it that the naturally grown products outside, they have a lot of prana? That's the energy the body really needs. Right? So, there are so many people, they can actually live off prana. And yourself, you can look at YouTube if you want. And there are so many people did not eat for many years, did not drink. All they need is just some prana which they get from the sun. There was a boy in Nepal some years ago, not much, maybe 10 years ago, and he was meditating, and he was meditating for 1 year without moving. Well, he was just sitting, and he was not eating, he was not drinking. So everybody was so astonished, but I mean, it's not really astonishing. Srimad Bhagavatam talks about it, Dhruva Maharaj. He stopped eating, he stopped drinking, he stopped breathing. It's all possible, because the body can be maintained by maintaining the prana. So these things are not really that astonishing. Now, what do we need to do? If we want to understand these things, we have to do a lot of effort. So, if we want to ultimately understand, okay, so we know that there is a gross body, there is a subtle body. Right? The gross body is what we see. The subtle body is the mind, intelligence, and the false ego. We cannot touch, but we know it's there. Intelligence is the entity in your head which tells you, I like to do this and I will do it. I don't like it, I will not do it. No really discrimination there. Intelligence is the one who tells you, don't do this because if you do it, you get into trouble.
The first one was mind.
Yes.
You said,
The first one is mind. The mind discriminates. I like, I do. I don't like, I don't do. That's the mind tells you. Intelligence is such that don't do it, you get into trouble, or do it, that will be good for you. Right? For example, you go outside and then you see some nice car. So the mind says, I like, I want, I take. Okay, and then you go and drive away with the car. But then you get into trouble because police will catch you, you go to jail. Right? So there's the mind. You listen to mind, you get into trouble. It's about just your senses. If you listen to intelligence, okay, the mind may say, I like. The intelligence say, forget it. Go and work hard, make money. Once you have money, then you buy. Or you don't want to work, okay, forget the car. Now they like you to be more on the mental platform. Don't worry, get a credit card. And then you buy now and then pay later, no problem. You pay double price, work harder. And if you don't pay, anyway, just people take your house. But anyway, you can live under the tree. Now it's nice weather outside. But don't worry about it. Just enjoy. Everybody can enjoy. It's such a nonsense. I remember in East Europe, what was so 25 years ago, 90% of the properties people bought, they were theirs. They would work, once they have money, then buy. So they make money, they go, they buy a house, or they build their house. It's theirs. But it's not very good because nobody can make money of it. So nowadays, 90% of the properties were the people's property. It was bought. Now it is 90% of the properties are on lease. You take a loan from bank and you pay. Because then the bank actually makes a lot of money. Because you pay more. Right? You pay the interest rate. And in fact, it was the crisis, one of the, just some years ago, right? One of the problems which happened, which triggered the crisis, was that the banks, they gave a lot of loans, but people could not pay back. So then one would naturally think, well, okay, now the banks learned not to give loans, or give loans only when you see that a person is capable of paying. I'm sure if you want to go and get the loan, you will have no problem. The bank will not even ask you many questions. So why are they doing it like this? They know they will not get everything back, but whatever they get back, it's enough for them. And the bigger loans, they give you against how do you call it? Mortgage. You want to get a loan to buy a car? Okay, now you put your house in mortgage. Okay, and you work hard, you pay the car, everything is alright. But if you stop paying the car, they may take your house. And you get no car, you get no house. So the banks actually they do prefer it that way, because they get real values from the real property, which you put the mortgage, you put as a mortgage. So we have to know where to put the effort. We have to know what's actually reality and what is our, which is just an illusion. So you see, the reality is Krishna consciousness has been here as long as people are here. We are meant to do something for the Lord. Yes, there are many atheists, and they claim that there is no God. But they cannot explain how there is no God. They cannot explain how things happen. They cannot explain how is the universe moving. They cannot explain how the animals are being born. They are promising, yes, life comes from matter. Okay, and then we are on it. We are going to prove it to you. And we will figure out how to make people immortal. Just give us another 10 years and then we will give you proof. That's happening for a long time. People in the medieval age, the kings, they also tried a lot. They were looking for some elixirs, immortality. It's happening. But so far, nobody got the immortality. One who is born is sure to die. We know that. So, rather than just wasting time, something which is so uncertain, why don't we try to think, okay, I was born. And then, now, why was I born? Is there something which I should do? Alright, so I got my senses, right, of course, so I'm supposed to enjoy my senses. Why would that be? Yeah, of course, can enjoy your senses, but the Guru Sadhu Shastra describes, yes, you can enjoy your senses, but there should be restrictions. Otherwise, how far will you go? Okay, anybody can do unrestricted way. So so just go. Get into sex, drugs. Right? Okay, but one becomes so addicted, and now he wants drugs, but he has no money, so he goes and steals somewhere, kills someone for money. So it's alright, no? Because he wants. So how far can we go? When you talk about unrestricted sense gratification, there is no limit. So Shastra knows it. So therefore, they limit our sense gratification to such a way so then we don't go beyond certain boundaries. So you still get your sense gratification done, but such a way so then you have it under control. And if that's done, then we can still maintain our consciousness to such level that we don't have to get polluted, or we don't have to be so much in illusion. So that's the meaning of Krishna consciousness, to teach us then how we can live our lives so that we still get our pleasure done, but to such a way so then we can still develop our consciousness. We can develop to the level of realization of how to serve the Lord, who is God and who am I. So these things we can understand and realize through the process of devotional service. Yeah. So that would be, that's the request of Srila Prabhupada. Just do chant the holy name. Be eager, be open to. There will be a change in your perception. There will be a change in your consciousness. Don't be afraid of it. And that change will help you ultimately achieve the greatest happiness in your life, whatever you will be able to. And no sense gratification can really match to it. Now it is very difficult for some to maybe realize that, because I don't know anything better than sense gratification. I don't know anything better than sex or drugs or beer or anything. But okay, that's your level of understanding. But others, they have different understanding. Why? Because they went through it, they realized, they tried something else, and they figured out that something else is better than what was before. So they elevated their consciousness, and therefore they realized something else. So don't be afraid to elevate your own consciousness and see for yourself if you like it or not. But you have to experience it for it to actually say, yes, I like it, or no, I don't like it. Theory doesn't work here. It's like it's very difficult to explain somebody how strawberry tastes, right? But if you have a person who never ate strawberry, and then you explain him the taste, what will you do? How will you explain how strawberry tastes like? Or chocolate. If somebody never ate chocolate and you want to explain how chocolate tastes like, it will be difficult, no? But as soon as the person tastes the strawberry or the chocolate, what do you need to explain? Then everything is clear. and the person will say, wow, this is the best thing I have ever ate in my life. This is I like the most. And it's, no, you don't have to do much explanation there. So, and why is it? Because just experience it. But if he will be, okay, you want to taste chocolate? No, I don't need chocolate. I don't want to. No. So he gets the opportunity, but he doesn't not make the last step to put the chocolate in his mouth. Then he will not know what chocolate is like. No. I heard about durian. Durian is one. It's a fruit which grows in like East Asia. I don't know if anybody of you ate durian or if you ate jackfruit. Durian is like a forest jackfruit, they call it. So, yes, I have heard about, and once I was in Singapore, and then I was visiting one family there, and I just smelled kind of like there was a gas leaking somewhere. So I just thought, oh, there's some gas leaking in your kitchen. And I said, where? No, that's not gas, that's a durian from neighbors. Wow. So and they said, do you want to try it? I don't know. So and then they got one. It smells like gas, but not the gas like really here in Europe, like a gas in India. Now that really pungent kind of like a smell. I said, wow, okay. And then so they gave me a piece. And then I tried it, and it was like very hot. It was like a hink. No, like a raw hink you will put in the mouth. So, wow, I don't like it. Forget it. So and then, okay, I before I could not imagine what the durian tastes like, because there are apparently only two kinds of people. One kind of people, they love durian. And other kind of people, they hate durian. There's nothing in between. That's what I heard. So, then, when somebody explains how sweet and how nice it is, then, and somebody just says, no, it's terrible, it's inedible. So, you don't know what it means until really you taste it. So, okay. So now I tasted durian, and then I will not taste it again because it was enough for me. But okay, this is the experience. So by that, now we know what to avoid or what to accept. So Krishna consciousness is also the same. Try to follow the ways how it should be done. The acharyas that taught about it. Do what needs to be done and then get the proper experience. If you don't like it afterwards, okay, just say, okay, I tried. I don't like it. I don't do it. Alright. Accept it. But please, when you try it with the proper consciousness. No, don't be biased. Try to understand the activities which we do properly. You are not clear, you ask questions. And then if you do so, then you will get the proper understanding. Now, if your proper understanding is that I don't like it, alright, don't do it. But I'm convinced that if you try it with the proper consciousness, then you will be able to get realizations. Realizations in the sense that you will feel very satisfied. That's the power of Krishna consciousness. And if you do so, try also not talking with others. Share your realizations with others. Share your realizations with children. Your children. If you see that you get something from Krishna consciousness which you don't get from somebody else, okay, then why wouldn't you share these realizations with others, with the children? Nowadays, it's very, very difficult. You see how children are being taken care of. Right? In education, Finland for a long time was the number one in the whole world. It's not anymore. Right? It's important that education is the most important part. We need to train the new generations. But how do we do it? Nowadays, parents don't have time for children too much. What do? They just give them give them computer, give them internet. Okay, you enjoy here and I enjoy doing something else. But if the children don't get the proper attention, proper affection, then they will grow up not properly. Things are changing very fast. On Facebook, the children going onto Facebook, then they will not know what proper relationships are. Because on Facebook you will not get proper friends. That's not a friendship. Even though they are being called friends, but they are not really your friends. You don't know who they are. But we teach them, okay, that's good, do it. It's a very great disservice to the children. They did research, if the small children are exposed to using the tablets or computers, then they will very likely grow to be antisocial, like autistic kids. They will not know what's interaction. They only know interaction with the computer. But they need the interaction between people. So we need to take great care to properly educate our children, to give them the best. So that's every parent's responsibility. That's our duty to actually properly educate the next generation. Now there were so many books written on how we can raise our children. And even our acharyas, they very much describe scientifically how to raise our children, how to develop the consciousness of the parents such a way so that the consciousness of the child will be proper and the child will be able to do what he wants to do, not actually what the mind, the senses will push him to do. So he will be very much in control of his senses and he will be able to achieve what he chooses to achieve. So, if you are interested in raising your children properly, then we have published also a small book about how to train children, how to protect them from the influences from the bad influences, and how to protect their innocence. So that book will be available. You can get it from Sadhu Prabhu, and you will see in that book. Then you can also get the ways not just for the children how to be trained, but you can also train yourself, train your mind, train your intelligence. So then you can also be more focused, and you can also achieve what you choose to achieve. Not just being pushed around by your desires, not knowing what's happening. So, yeah, I wish all of you that you get what you set to get in your life. And I would highly I would request, please take up Krishna consciousness very seriously and try it. Try it the way as it described, as our acharyas, Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, as they say we should try it. Don't try to implement it your own way, because you will not get the proper realization. Like the teacher, he teaches you a certain way. If you go for the violin, and the teacher will teach you how to hold it, how to play it, how to do things with it, how to take care of it. If you follow the teacher, then you will develop the same level of understanding as the teacher has. But if you think, I know, I don't need to do that, you will not develop the same level of understanding. So try to take it such a way so then with open mind, you try doing your best, and then see for yourself. And then if you have some further questions or something you want to ask, then the devotees here, they will be more than willing to discuss things with you, to be able to guide you if you like. Anyway, now, does anyone have any question? You want to ask something now? Yes?
Question came to my mind when you mentioned that if you compare that if you like to improve in ice hockey, you must start it in a very young age. So is it the same if you want to improve in Krishna consciousness, you have to begin with as a child?
Now, it is the best if you start from the young age, but Krishna consciousness is not like the sport. Sport depends on the muscles, depends on the gross body. So yes, if you want to be good at some sport, you have to start from a young age. If you are old and you decide, okay, I want to start hockey, then you never played before, I don't think you will be any good at it. Because the gross body, it's very old. But the consciousness can be developed at any stage of our lives. But the problem is the false ego. The elder we are, the more difficult it is to accept new things. Right? It is. We learn something from our parents. We learn something from our school. We, for a long time we believe that what we do, this is the only thing, how it should be done, and we become attached to it. Then somebody suddenly tells you what you do is not really the best thing. if you do it like this, then you will get better results. Not many people like to hear it. Because no, they are attached to it. What do you mean? No, my 40, 50 year of life, I was doing something wrong? You think that there is something better which I didn't know for whole my life? I don't want to hear that. And the ego gets in way that no, I don't want to hear, I don't want to do it. But so younger we are, then more open we are to try new things. But elder we become, then we become more closed up, and we don't want to face the danger that somebody will actually convince us that what we did was wrong until now, and now we can start something better. So yeah, Krishna consciousness can be taken up at any stage of life, but the most effect it will have when we train ourselves or others than when they are young children. Yes? Yes?
Thank you also for the lecture. As a general principle, I could agree, but I have a doubt that it's not always like when you say that the elder you are, the more difficult. Because
wherever you are?
That the elder, more old you are, the more difficult it is to take up Krishna consciousness. It's not a strict rule.
No, it's not. It's a general
because
rule.
Many people, they go through their young life, that they enjoy life and they like it. They think the material world is wonderful, but then they get the setback after the setback after the setback, and the wife leaves them, and the economy crashes, and what? And then they're ready to listen.
I fully agree with that. But the principle is better is to start as early as possible. But there is never too late. So for someone who is, one can, as you say, many setbacks in one life, and then such person, then he becomes so frustrated, he is looking for something, how he can get over his difficulties, and he may come across to Krishna consciousness fully, embracing Krishna consciousness and be fully dedicated to Krishna consciousness. No problem. But if the person is a successful, materialist who has a lot of money and he has a lot of pleasures in his life, and so to tell him that what you do actually is not the best, this is not the highest pleasure you can get, he will probably just laugh at you. Because he doesn't know what... so he's enjoying, and he thinks that enjoyment is the highest form of enjoyment. He doesn't have any other understanding, and he doesn't want to hear it. So it will be difficult to talk. Like Bhagavad Gita says, one of the person who is very likely to take up Krishna consciousness, there are people in distress, not people who are materially very successful. Yes?
Yes, but there's also a lot of people who have all the success, all the material things and the fame, but they are frustrated.
Well, we are wrongly thinking the society is making us think that more money you have, more happy you are. So the money equal happiness. Because money can bring you some gratification. But it's a nonsense. That a person who has a lot of money, and in fact he maybe have more than he can even use, so he can have anything he wants. And maybe he has 10 houses, but still he can live in one. and he has to travel. Okay, maybe he's flying. Okay, but still, no. So what? And the level of happiness, it's not by how much self-gratification you can do. A person who has a lot of money, he is likely desiring, he's greedy to get more. So he has a lot, but he doesn't have enough. He knows he can get more, so therefore he will want more. So he will be looking for more money, how to multiply his money, how to do this. When he loses some money, he will be in distress. So he is not happy. In fact, I have heard from one person. He was not a rich person, but he started to do business, and he became a rich person. So he had a lot of money. He bought house like in forest. Well, in Finland it's quite normal. Other places not so. So like that, beautiful wife, beautiful child, expensive. But so it looks like, oh, he's so happy. But that person, he says, when I sleep with a gun under my pillow, loaded gun, because I'm afraid somebody may come and try to take away from me things. So he is in anxiety. What kind of happiness is this? And if people who have no money, but they may not desire money, or whatever they have, that's enough. I heard about one couple in Italy. They for 30 years, they did not see or touch money. They didn't need. They have one little farm. They have cows, and they produce everything what they need. So when there are cherries, they get cherries. When there are apples, they get apples. When potatoes are growing, they get potatoes. And vegetables, whatever they have, they have. They don't need electricity. They have water from the well. So what they need, they get from the farm. What they don't get from the farm, they don't need. They are happy. And if they have surplus, if they have many apples which they cannot eat, they put them in a box and put them next to the road. People will take it. They don't need anything else. And they are happy. So if one is satisfied in the situation he is, that person is happy. And maybe the person doesn't have much money. It's not a measure. But the person can be happy. A person who may have a lot of money and he wants more, he will not be happy. So the measure of happiness is how we accept our situation in our life. If we are satisfied with what we are doing now, then yes, we can be satisfied, we can be happy. If not, we will be in distress. I want more, I want more. Cannot be happy. If I get this much, I'll be happy. Okay, you get this much. Oh, if I get this much more, I'll be happy. Okay, you get this much more. Oh, I want also this. It will never end. But if the person says, oh, whatever I have, I'm happy. I don't need anything more. That person is really happy. Yeah. I think. Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Nitai ki. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki. Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande.
His Grace